Sorry, Agent Weller. Put your neck on the line for me, and this is how I pay you back. I'm not asking for your forgiveness. I feel nothing but gratitude for you. Really, Yuya. When it comes down to it, I found something that truly matters to me. Much more important than being considered a model American citizen. Really, Yuya. Really? Homeboy gonna try to cross over to Russia? Really? No. Yuya. I get it. You want to spend precious time with Kriska before she dies and whatnot. You want to go see her hometown and all that. I understand the sentiment. But that, how does that end well for either of the twins, though? Like, sure, that's gonna satisfy you in some capacity, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry, Yuya. Damn, homie, I was in your corner when you were gonna head towards Vancouver and you were gonna link up with the intelligence agents. You were gonna fucking make sure the twins were taken care of with what time they had left. Like, but now this whole nah, fuck them. I'm striking out on my own. I'm gonna cross over to Russia. Like, really? I know you're an impulsive guy who just does what he wants. I get it, but God, that's dumb. I'll be the kind of man that can fulfill the dying wishes of the woman he loves. Like I said, I get it. But at the same time, I can't help but just acknowledge that that's fucking dumb. Alright, the rest is a matter of timing. Took a lot of self-restraint to reach this point. Can't lose my head and blow it now. Lousy weather and stealth capabilities aside, there's no way I can slip by an organized military presence, on alert and waiting for us. Can't eliminate my audio traces or waste heat, or avoid visual recognition for that matter. Active stealth makes you close to invincible against other TSS, but I still need to be on the lookout for warships and aircraft. My best bet is to take a detour along the Aleutian Islands. That's the easiest way to give the US and Soviet Union Soviet units patrolling the air defense identification zone and territorial waters the slip. It'll take longer, but it's safer. As long as I take advantage of those small gaps where the patrol schedules of both countries fail to overlap to rush through, it should be doable. I don't have all the time in the world, not when I don't know how much longer Kriska has left. I want to reach her native Russia while she's still conscious. At the very least, we have to reach Kamchatka, or all this was for nothing. I don't know, man. It really doesn't seem worth it. The risk doesn't really seem like it, the benefits don't really seem like they outweigh the risk. Feels like you're risking a lot for something that's just not that worthwhile. Because, I mean, like Kriska even said, just like my hometown, it's probably been trampled over by the beta by now. And it's like, yeah, but, I want to go look at it with you. Me and you in your hometown, even if it's just rubble. Like, I understand the sentiment, but God, this feels so fucking stupid. Man, I was really feeling this ending too. Like, this whole, where it was initially going. But now, where it's deviating to now. Man. It just, and that's the thing, I'm trying to use, like, logic and whatnot, and he's not using his brain, he's acting with his heart, which ignores logic, right? He's not thinking logically, he's just thinking emotionally, trying to accomplish whatever goals his heart desires. Like, I understand that, but at the same time, I can't help but just to acknowledge that this is fucking dumb and I hate this. She can't stand up on her own anymore. And you're gonna throw in her TSF and try to fly over to Russia. Because you think that's what's best, right? Fuck. Son of a bitch. Cut it out. Control yourself. If I start wallowing in misery again, Kriska is gonna know for sure. I'm just glad we're in a place where it's only the three of us. Two people shouldn't be that much of a burden on Kreska.
その者たちは所属組織における上位者あるいは任意に設定された者の思考を見ぬよう抑制されている。
I have to wonder, so I don't know if Kreska has specifically tried to look inside my head in the first place.
どうした？
いや、ああ、そうだ。ちょっとしたサプライズだぜ。
え？イーニア？イーニア？どうして？
What? Am I forgetting something major that happened? What do you mean, what is Enia doing here? Y'all had the whole fight against Martika. You pulled Enia out of there, and Kreska herself shot up the pod that Martika was in. The fuck do you mean, what is Enia doing here?
覚えてないか。イーニアを迎えに行く。
Is this just a side effect of her current condition? Like she's losing, yeah. Cause even Yuya's like, what do you mean? Like, Jesus Christ, yeah, homie, she's deteriorating fast, and you want to make the dash to Russia. You want to make your trek even more risky by completely throwing a middle finger to those who have been helping you thus far. When her state's already this bad.
それに倒れたお前を心配して一緒に来るって言ってな。大変だったよ。
でもこのままじゃイーニアも。
分かってる。だが俺は
ユウヤ。
イーニアが自分で選んで決めたことを尊重する。それを貫いたお前や俺がイーニアの選択を否定するのはこの子を認めていないのと同じだからな。
Enia wants to stay by your side until the end comes.
でもイーニアは。
安心しろよ。処置が必要になるのは1週間先らしい。
Yeah, you'll figure something out after you've,
必ず俺が何とかする。
turned your back on the one group of people that were helping you. Well, is that what he's trying to do? Is that his goal? Because didn't Sandek, someone mention, or maybe it was even Kreska, that like the things that Enia needs to survive was built using Russian tech and materials that only the Russians had access to? Is that his play here? Is that what he's trying to accomplish? He's trying to like get to one of these Russian research facilities so he can like hopefully somehow in some way get the medicine that Enia needs. Because he knows that if he does go to the Americans, they won't be able to do anything. He knows that they won't be able to actually help her and she'll die regardless. But at least with this Hail Mary of, sprinting to Russia and trying to... God, that's... But essentially then, wouldn't you just be handing her back over to the Russian government? Because they're not going to give up like that. Because anything regarding that shit is going to be locked up tight. There's no way they're just going to hand it out. And the only way to really, help her at that point would just hand her over to the Russians. Which she'll just wind up back in Sandek's fucking care immediately. So that's not a fucking great plan either. Like, I realize Yuya is being dealt two shit options, but I feel like one's a bit more shitty than the other. Like, one's this big Hail Mary where there's like a 0.01% chance that, Enia can get help and he can, and they can all, walk away scot-free. But then the other option is, yeah, both girls are going to die, but at least, he won't, but at least they'll be able to, like, spend their final moments, like, relatively peacefully, and then Yuya himself will be able to have somewhat of a happy ending. Because, like, I know he doesn't just want to have, a happy ending all to himself. He wants to look out after others, but I feel like this whole pass to Russia thing, it's just... God, the risk just doesn't seem worth it, my guy. Either he's, I mean, at the end of the day, he's just emotionally driven, so once again, he's not thinking about it. He's not applying logic to it. That's not what Yuya does. He's an impulsive hothead who just fucking does, alright? He doesn't think before do, he just do. This whole thing is just fucking riling me up. The fact that just right now, out of nowhere, she's like, you know what? Fuck it. Total deviation from the plan. We're going to Russia. So what? You can all die fucking stressed out of your minds, anxious and paranoid, looking over your shoulders, wondering, yo, if you're going to get fucking caught. Fucking making some kind of risk that's definitely not going to be worth it to try to get Enya some meds that's going to fucking tide her over. But for how long? Because in the end, Enya's just going to be, yo, a ticking clock regardless. I mean, all humans are ticking clocks regardless, but her more so. Like, eventually you'll run out of meds. What are you going to do? Make another pass into Russian territory? Or let's say you do get the meds. Say you do get them. Say that 0.01% chance pans out. You get, like, all the medicine. You get a lifetime supply of medicine and somehow. And, like, Enya's set for life. What do you do then? What do you do then after you've somehow raided some Russian facility to get this medicine for Enya? What do you do then? What do you do then? Like, oh yeah, Enya's gonna live a lot longer now. What do you do then? Because America's not gonna take you back at that point. You've turned your back on the intelligence agency that was helping you out. Like, at that point, they're not gonna welcome you back with open arms. Or if they do take you back, you know, the deal's not gonna be not as nearly as sweet as it would have been. Once again, I know Yuya's not thinking ahead. He's thinking in the moment, in the present, but everything about this is so fucking dumb. Maybe I'll strike a deal with Sandek, or try to steal those directional proteins or whatever, but there's no way in hell I'm leaving Enya to her fate. Strike a deal with Sandek. You think that's gonna work? Maybe you'll strike a deal with Sandek. After everything that happens, you think you're gonna strike a deal with Sandek? How in the fuck are you gonna strike a deal with Sandek? On what grounds do you have to negotiate with? Legitimately, what do you got? What do you got, bud? What deal are you gonna make? Because in the end, if you hand Enya over to Sandek, you know where that's going to end up with her. Where you know what's going to happen with her. So instead, obviously, you're going to try to negotiate to get those proteins from him. But he's not just going to give them to you. So what are you going to give in return? What do you think you could possibly give him that's more valuable than Enya could be? What, the Shiranui? That thing you and your homies and Yui put countless hours of effort into, you're going to give that up for Enya? Is that what you're gonna do? Say, I'll give you the Shiranui second, you give me them proteins? Is that gonna be the trade-off? Is that what you're gonna do? Cause that's fucking dumb. And then, like, yeah, the thing I was, assuming he was gonna try to steal the proteins, but like, okay, you steal them, what then? And that's another thing. Even if you strike a deal with Sandek, obviously he's not just gonna continuously give you that shit. He's not just gonna, you're not gonna set up a deal where it's like, I give you the Shiranui second, and every month you send me a crate of fucking proteins or some shit. No. This ain't HelloFresh. You're not gonna get your fucking protein sent to you straight in the mail in a nice little cool package, my guy. Can't use promo code fucking holidays or what the fuck ever to get 10% off your order. Like, either way, if you manage to acquire proteins in whatever direction you go, there's going to be a point where you run out and won't have any more. And then at that point, what do you have? Where do you go? What do you have to turn to? There's no way in hell I'm leaving Enya to her fate. Her fate's locked in place, my guy. Her fate is locked in place. You can delay it, sure. That's what it all is. I mean, that's human nature in and of itself. Yeah, you're fated to die, but you can delay it. Regardless, this is a much more extreme case. She's fated to pass away once she's gone so long without these proteins. And you can delay that as long as you want. But eventually, the clock's gonna run out, my guy. Eventually, you won't be able to keep turning that clock back. I don't know what fucking... What? Oh. Maybe that's the play? Maybe that... Still. If he manages to get access to those, proteins, and then tries to make a run to the intelligence agency, and then they can, like, reverse engineer some kind of cure for Enya, is that what he's going for? But once again, he's spitting in their face now to try to do this, and if he comes back after getting those proteins, do you really think they're going to welcome him in with open arms like that again? Do you really think the deal will be as sweet for him? And obviously he's not caring about himself. Obviously he doesn't care if the deal is sweet for him. But still, do you really think that everything's going to have a happy ending if you try to go this route? I mean, there's no happy ending regardless, but still, even in that 0.01% chance where he gets access to the proteins and can get to the Americans and they can reverse engineer a cure for Enya, bada bing, bada boom, I still don't think things end near as well. As if he would have just stuck to the fucking plan. I really don't think so. I'd be more than delighted to be proven wrong, but I don't have high hopes. I think Kriska should already... No, goddammit. Stop thinking about that. Kriska's gonna see.
でもそれでは優也が
だとしてもそれは俺の選択。ただそうやすやすと捕まる気はないけどな。
優也
ここまで来れたことが証明してるだろう。94セカンドの性能と俺の腕があればなんてことねえよ。
そう
ああ、任せておけ。
It's so quiet.
優也
なんだ、
貴様に
どうしたんだよ。あなたもいいよ。何でも話してくれ。俺はお前本当はもっと気の利いたことしてやりたいんだけどさ。俺そういうのサボって生きてきちまったから。
Chilling by the fire in a cabin in the snow. That's kind of romantic, my guy. I'm not gonna lie.
いや私はこうして自分のためだけの時間を過ごせるだけで
Y'all are not gonna fuck next to the kid. Come on.
こうして寄り添い
Yeah, cuddle. Sure, cuddle.
優也と同じ
Don't you
時を
dare go
重ね
beyond
ているだ
cuddling,
け
I
で
swear to God.
本当
Poor Edia's right there taking a nap, and you're like, ah, yeah, fucking time to go to Pound Town. Like, nah, cuddle. Cuddle to your heart's content. I'm all for cuddling, but this ain't the time for pounding.
本当に
いいんだよ。合ってるよ。それで俺も
優也
言ってみろよ。
私は
幸せだよ。
早く寝た。なんだよ。相変わらず薄暗いままかよ。時間か。
おはよう。
たく、こんな時によく眠れるなあたりさ。
寝るしかないってとこでしょ。さっき確認したけどソ連側も6キロ先で立ち往生してるみたい。
向こうも推進剤切れか。 なあ、回収部隊より先にソ連の歩兵が来る確率って
そうね。限りなく 0% に近いんじゃないかしら。
おお、その根拠は？
これ以上アメリカと揉める気はないでしょうから。なんだかんだ言っても XFJ 計画はボーニングだしね。
そっか、怪しいと思うけどな。実戦やらかしちまったし。
実弾を使ったとはいえお互いに損害なしよ。予定されていた小隊規模の比較演習を行った。いざとなればそうやってごまかすつもりだったのはお互い様みたいだし。
そうそう、実戦なんてのは敵を落としてから言えよな。
俺はいつお前が空気読まねえでビエルクトを撃墜しちまうかと思うと気が気じゃなかったぜ。
なんだと？そのくらいは読めるよ。なめんな。
それだけ迫真の演技だったってことだ。レコーダー回ってるからめったなこと言えねえし、実際ヒヤヒヤもんだったけどな。それにしてもちゃんとやってっかな、あいつ。
He's doing great right now. He's fucking cuddling up next to a fire in a cabin. That's nice.
言うよ。大丈夫だろ。
今更だけどユウヤのしたことに反対するつもりはないのね、二人と
Doesn't
も。
matter. They're homies.
そりゃやってることが間違ってるってのは私だって重々承知してるよ。
But regardless, they homies.
でもさ、だろ。
Fuck yeah.
ああ、そうだな。惚れた女のために何もかも投げ捨てるって大バカを。
専任としては応援してやるしかないよな。
だな。
しかしあの優也が女に人生をかけるってね。
Real homie shit, man.
あ？なんだよ
Aww.
先生。寂しい。
寂しいってのとは違うんだけどな。
弟。ま、わからんでもないか。
Oh,
手間の
VG.
かかる弟を持つ姉の気持ちってやつだ。
Yeah, they never. Well, I don't think they really acknowledge much about the fact that he had a family, but yeah. I knew about. He has the older sister who died in Italy. God, aw.
結
Man.
局さ、私らだって
I love
善
these
人に
homies
叱
so
られた
much.
り甘やかされたりしてきたわけでさ、その恩を返そうって思ったら、どったのステラ。
ちょっとね。
高村注意のことか。
そうね。
Ah.
高村か。結局自分でけじめつけてくしかないんだろうな。
そのけじめがユウヤと切り合うことであったとしても。
高村には高村の立場があるのは分かってっけどさ、私らは自分の義理分は果たしたはずだよ。お互いの価値観と立場が対立するなら直接ぶつかるしかないんじゃない？
突き放してるわね。ぶつかった結果不幸になったとしても。
不幸かどうかは本人たちが決めることじゃん。人生なんて何があるか分かんねえんだ。今あの二人がこのとんでもない失敗にどんな意味を持たせるのかってことじゃない？
そういうこと。失敗してぶっ壊してやり直して。確かに事情がどうであれ、ユウヤの取った行動は許されることじゃないさ。でもあいつこれから一生かけて穴埋めしてくつもりだろ。
だったらどんなに大きな失敗でも間違いを何度も繰り返したとしてもやり直すことができるさ。だいたいステラだって本当は半分許しちゃってるんだろ。
それはそうかもしれないけど、彼女自身も納得しきれてないのよね。帝国の資産を盗み出して関係者全員に迷惑をかけたことは変わらないじゃない。
どんだけ失敗を許容できるかは器の問題だろ。私高村はそれほどちんけなやつじゃないと思うけどね。
そうそう。後のことは隊長と高村中尉に任せるしかないって。
そうだな。隊 隊長は器がでかいからなんとかしてくれっしょ。
学んだる少尉、聞こ
え
えている。貴様の今の発言、面倒事は全て私のところに回ってくるように聞こえる。
いえ、滅相もございません。タリ様なんだる少尉、フェイト3。
ヘイローかよ。旦那も気張ったな。どっから引っ張ってきたんだあんなもの。
とりあえず全員体は無事のようだね。
はい。アルゴス正体問題。アルゴス正体欠員1名。
よろしい。あと5分で到着する。軍曹、何かあるか。皆の衆、元気みたいだな。機体ステータスの更新を頼みます。
Oh boy.
到着したら至急対応しますんで。
いや
では各自補給準備に入れ。
了解。
Man,